You stand at the edge of something greater, something fierce and unyielding, a moment where the world is not just a place you live in, but a battlefield where your spirit is tested and sharpened. You might be wondering, how does one rise from the chaos of mere survival to the heights where legends are born? It is not found in luck, nor in the hands of others, but within yourself. Before you conquer the world, you must conquer yourself. This is no empty phrase, no fleeting motivation. It is the forge where true warriors are made. You are not simply born into greatness. You must wrestle with your doubts, your fears, your weaknesses, until they break and the fire inside you blazes uncontrollably. If you think this is about swords or battles alone, you are mistaken. This is about mastering your mind, your will, your very soul, until you become unstoppable. Good. Listen closely, because the path you walk is not one for the faint of heart. To rise from duelist to legend, you must first embrace solitude. The world will try to drown your voice with noise and distraction, tempting you with comfort and ease. But the true warrior finds strength in silence, in reflection, in the moments when no one watches. It is there, in that quiet battlefield of your mind, that you sharpen your senses, train your spirit, and understand your own nature. Do not fear loneliness. It is the crucible of transformation. When you face yourself without excuses or distractions, you strip away all that is false and weak. Only then do you stand ready to face the storms beyond. Remember, every great warrior was once alone, struggling against doubt and pain. The difference between them and the rest is not power or skill alone. It is the refusal to give up on the self. Now, let me tell you something many fail to grasp. The heart of the duelist is not merely in wielding a weapon, but in mastering the moment. Time is your fiercest opponent and your greatest ally. A single breath, a single heartbeat can change the course of a battle, of a life. To rise beyond the duelist, you must learn to move beyond reaction, beyond instinct, into a state where every move is deliberate, precise, and inevitable. This comes not from haste, but from patience honed through endless practice and sharp observation. Watch the world closely. The way the wind shifts, the way light falls, the subtle change in an opponent's stance. The battlefield is alive, and so must you be. Your body and mind must move as one, fluid and unshakable, like water that carves stone, not by force but persistence. When you command the moment, the world bends to your will. Understand this clearly. The rise from duelist to legend demands more than skill. It demands a mind untethered by fear. Fear is the shadow that clouds judgment and weakens resolve. Yet, the greatest warriors do not live without fear. They live with it, accept it, and use it. Fear sharpens the senses. It fuels alertness. The trick is to not let it rule you. When your heart pounds and your breath quickens, do not flee from that feeling. Face it head on and watch as it transforms into focus, into clarity. This is the essence of courage, not the absence of fear, but the mastery over it. To rise as a legend, you must stare into the abyss of your own doubt and step forward anyway, knowing that every challenge, every adversary, every hardship is a step in your becoming. The journey from duelist to legend is carved through relentless discipline. Talent alone will not carry you where you need to go. It is the grinding, unseen hours of effort that shape the soul of a warrior. Each day you must return to your craft, sharpening your skills, honing your mind, tempering your spirit. This is not a path of instant gratification, but a lifelong commitment. When fatigue pulls at your body and doubt creeps into your thoughts, remember this. True mastery is born in the repetition of small actions done with perfect focus. The blade that cuts cleanest is not the one swung wildly, but the one guided by years of unwavering practice. Let every setback be a lesson, every failure a stepping stone, and every pain a reminder that you are alive, growing, and ascending. This is how legends are made, not in a moment, but in the daily forging of a will that refuses to be broken. To rise as a legend, you must also embrace adaptability, for rigidity is the enemy of survival. The duelist who clings stubbornly to one way of thinking, one technique, is destined to be outpaced and outsmarted. The world shifts, opponents evolve, and your mind must be like water, shaping itself to any form, flowing with the currents, striking where least expected. There is no shame in change. True strength lies in the ability to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Observe everything without judgment. Absorb knowledge from every encounter, and discard what no longer serves you. This fluidity in thought and action keeps the warrior ahead of the game. A legend is not static. They are a force of nature, always moving, always growing, always ready for what comes next. Beyond skill and discipline, beyond fear and adaptability, lies the essence of purpose, the reason that fuels your rise. A duelist fights for survival, for pride, for victory in the moment. A legend fights for something greater, a vision, a cause, a calling that echoes beyond their own life. To transcend, you must find that fire burning within, something worth dedicating yourself to fully. Without purpose, even the sharpest blade dulls, and the fiercest heart grows cold. But when you bind your spirit to a goal that ignites your soul, you become unstoppable. Your efforts gain meaning, your struggles become stepping stones, and every sacrifice is justified. Find your why, whether it is honor, freedom, legacy, or something only you understand, and let it drive you through the darkest hours. This is what separates the fleeting from the eternal. Remember, the path to legend is not a straight line. It is a winding road full of trials and setbacks that test your resolve. There will be moments when doubt claws at your confidence, when pain threatens to break your spirit, when the world seems against you. In those moments, the question is simple: will you rise or will you fall? The legend does not rise because the path was easy, but because they refuse to be defeated. They stand again and again, each time stronger, each time wiser. The scars they carry are not signs of failure but of survival, proof that they have faced the storm and emerged on the other side. You must carry this truth in your heart. Falling is not the end. It is only the beginning of your next ascent. There is a moment in every warrior's life when the noise of the world falls away, and all that remains is the voice within. It is in this silence, in this sacred stillness, that true understanding dawns. You realize that the battle outside is but a reflection of the battle inside. Mastery of the self is the greatest conquest you will ever undertake. The way of the legend is not just about victory over others, but victory over your own limitations. Pride, anger, hesitation, and doubt. Each time you overcome these internal enemies, you step closer to your destiny. The warrior's path is not paved with trophies or titles, but with self-awareness and growth. If you wish to rise, begin here, within yourself, where the deepest wars are fought and won. As you walk this path, understand that solitude is both your greatest challenge and your greatest teacher. The world may celebrate the legend standing atop the mountain, but it is the countless hours spent alone in training, in meditation, in self-reflection that forge that legend's true strength. Embrace these moments without distraction or complaint. In solitude, you strip away the masks you wear for others and confront your true self, raw, unfiltered, and real. This confrontation is not comfortable, but it is necessary. It is here you discover your weaknesses and face them honestly. It is here that you learn patience, humility, and resilience. Do not shy away from this process. It is the fire that tempers your spirit into something unbreakable. To truly rise, you must cultivate not only strength, but also strategy. The legend understands that brute force alone will not win the battle. It is the mind, sharp and cunning, that guides every action. Study your environment as a hawk studies the sky. Anticipate your opponent's moves before they are made, and prepare multiple paths to victory. The dance of combat is as much mental as it is physical. Every step calculated, every pause deliberate. This awareness is what separates the fleeting victor from the enduring legend. Your strategy must be fluid, your decisions precise. Like water shaping itself around obstacles, you must find the path forward, no matter the terrain. Master your mind, and your body will follow. The legend's rise is also marked by an unyielding spirit, a fire that cannot be extinguished by failure or setback. You will stumble, you will falter. The question is not whether you will fall, but whether you will rise again, each time with greater determination. It is easy to be courageous in moments of victory, but true courage reveals itself when the world is against you. When every step forward feels like a battle against the very elements. Your spirit must be like iron, tempered by the heat of adversity, and forged in the flames of perseverance. Let every challenge strengthen your resolve rather than diminish it. The legend you seek to become is born not from ease, but from enduring hardship and rising beyond it. As you continue on this path, know that humility is the companion of true strength. The legend never brags, never boasts, because they understand the fleeting nature of pride and the danger of arrogance. A humble warrior is always learning, always growing, never content with past victories or resting on laurels. They recognize that every encounter, every challenge, is a lesson. To rise beyond the duelist, you must shed ego and embrace the role of a student for life. This openness keeps the mind sharp and the spirit flexible. When you meet others, whether friend or foe, with respect and humility, you elevate not only yourself, but those around you. This is the mark of a true legend, strength tempered by grace. Beyond the mastery of self and the external world, there lies a deeper truth that the legend comes to know. A connection to something greater than the self. Whether you call it fate, destiny, or the way of the universe, it is a force that guides the steps of those who listen. The legend does not seek to control everything, but learns to flow with this unseen current, trusting in the process while still fighting with unwavering will. This balance between effort and surrender is delicate, but essential. You must act with all your strength, yet remain open to the lessons and changes that life brings. When you find this harmony, your rise becomes not just a personal victory, but a part of a larger story. A story that inspires others and echoes through time. The world is filled with voices, some urging you toward comfort, others trying to drown out your fire with doubt and distraction. To rise from duelist to legend, you must learn to silence the noise and listen deeply to your own inner voice. This voice is not loud or flashy, it is quiet, steady, and relentless. It pushes you to move forward when all seems lost, to keep training when the body screams for rest, to stand tall when others fall away. Cultivate this voice through discipline and reflection. Make it your guide and your shield. When the world tries to shake your foundation, it will be this inner truth that holds you steady. Legends are born not from the applause of crowds, but from the unshakable conviction within. To rise as a legend, you must also cultivate patience. The world around you may rush, seeking instant results, quick victories, or fleeting fame. But true mastery, the kind that etches your name into the fabric of history, unfolds slowly, like the steady growth of a mighty tree whose roots dig deep over years of storms and seasons. Impatience breeds mistakes. It weakens focus and fractures resolve. Embrace the long journey, the daily grind, the small steps that lead to great heights. Patience is not passivity. It is a deliberate, steady force that keeps you moving forward when the path seems endless. The legend understands that greatness is not won in a day, but earned in every moment lived with intention and endurance. Strength alone does not define the legend. It is the balance between power and wisdom. The duelist may rely on raw force, but the legend knows when to strike and when to hold back. Wisdom teaches you to conserve your energy, to choose your battles carefully, and to act not out of anger or pride, but with clear purpose. This discernment comes from deep experience and reflection, from paying attention to the subtle lessons hidden in every victory and defeat. When your mind is clear and your heart steady, your actions become precise, almost effortless. This is the state every warrior must seek. Not the chaos of a frenzied fight, but the calm control of a seasoned master who moves through the storm unshaken. Every legend carries within them a story of struggle, a story that shapes who they are and what they become. Your battles, both seen and unseen, are the threads that weave the fabric of your legacy. Do not hide your scars or be ashamed of your failures. Instead, wear them as badges of honor, proof that you dared to face the fire and did not retreat. It is through these trials that you develop resilience, courage, and an unbreakable spirit. The world will try to define you by your mistakes or your weaknesses, but you have the power to redefine yourself with every choice you make. Remember, legends are not born from perfection, but from the relentless pursuit of greatness despite imperfection. To become a legend, you must also learn the art of focus. The mind, like a blade, can only cut deep when it is honed on a single edge. Distractions will come, tempting you to scatter your energy in many directions, but this dilutes your power. Choose your path and commit with unwavering intention. Let your thoughts be clear, your goals sharp, and your actions purposeful. In this focused state, you will find a strength beyond muscle and technique, a force that propels you forward when the body tires and the spirit wavers. This is the hallmark of those who rise above the rest, who leave their mark not by chance, but by relentless dedication to a singular vision. There is a truth few acknowledge: greatness requires sacrifice. To walk the path from duelist to legend, you must be willing to give up what is comfortable, familiar, and easy. The comforts of distraction, the lure of fleeting pleasures, the safety of the known. All must be set aside if you truly wish to rise. This sacrifice is not a loss, but a necessary exchange, a payment made to the universe in pursuit of something far greater. You will miss moments, you will endure loneliness, and you will face hardship, but each sacrifice deepens your resolve and strengthens your purpose. Understand that the road to legend is paved with these choices. Moments when you say no to what is easy and yes to what is right for your destiny. The rise to legend is also marked by an unwavering belief, not arrogance, but a deep, unshakable faith in your own potential. Doubt is a natural visitor, but it must never be allowed to take residence. The legend knows that the mind is a battlefield, and victory there is the first step to victory in the world. Speak to yourself with conviction, hold fast to your vision, even when others question it, and cultivate a mental fortress that no negativity can breach. This belief fuels perseverance, kindles courage, and transforms obstacles into opportunities. When you carry this faith within you, the impossible becomes possible. It is the quiet, steady heartbeat beneath every great accomplishment, the invisible force that pushes you forward when all else seems lost. In the midst of your rise, remember the power of observation. The legend is not only a fighter, but a student of life, always watching, always learning. Every glance, every sound, every movement holds a lesson if you have the eyes to see it. Your opponents, your surroundings, even your own habits offer clues to greater understanding. Cultivate this awareness, not to judge or to react hastily, but to anticipate and adapt. Like a river flowing around rocks, your strength lies in your ability to move smoothly through challenges. Never rigid, never stagnant. The sharpest sword is useless if wielded blindly. Let your mind be the blade that cuts through confusion and doubt, guided by the keen edge of observation. As you push forward on this path, never underestimate the importance of resilience. The ability to recover swiftly from setbacks and keep moving forward with renewed strength. The road from duelist to legend is littered with obstacles that will try to break you. Sometimes the blows come not from others, but from within. self-doubt, exhaustion, pain. But resilience is the spirit's refusal to be defeated, the inner flame that rekindles itself no matter how many times it is snuffed out. It is forged in the fires of hardship and tempered by experience. When you develop resilience, you turn every failure into fuel, every scar into a symbol of survival. This is the secret weapon of the legend, an unbreakable will that no challenge can overcome. To become a legend, you must also cultivate a heart that is fearless yet compassionate. Strength without compassion is hollow. It leads only to isolation and conflict. The true warrior understands that power is not an end in itself, but a tool to protect, to inspire, and to uplift others. Your journey is not just about personal glory, but about the impact you leave behind. When your heart beats with kindness, even in the midst of battle, you connect to something deeper, a shared humanity that transcends rivalry and strife. This compassion gives your strength purpose and your victories meaning. A legend is remembered not only for the battles won, but for the lives touched along the way. As you stand now, ready to rise beyond the limits that have bound you, know this: the journey from duelist to legend is the greatest challenge you will ever face, and the most rewarding. It is not the applause of the crowd or the spoils of victory that will define you, but the relentless spirit that refuses to quit when everything within you cries for surrender. You have within you a fire, sometimes faint, sometimes fierce, that no storm can extinguish. Let that fire guide you through the darkest nights and the loneliest battles. Every scar you bear, every hardship you endure, is a testament to your strength and your unwavering will. You are not defined by your failures, but by your refusal to be broken by them. Rise with courage when doubt tries to hold you down. Stand tall when fear whispers that you are not enough. Remember, the world does not hand greatness to the timid or the complacent. It is earned by those who dare to face themselves honestly, who embrace their flaws and forge them into power. Your legend is waiting, not in some distant future, but in the choices you make today, this moment. Choose to be relentless. Choose to be fearless. Choose to rise, for within you lies the heart of a warrior, the mind of a master, and the soul of a legend. Step forward and claim what is yours. The world is watching. Show them who you truly are.